Right, good evening and welcome back again to another exciting episode of How Depressed Can I Make You Tonight? Right, good news. We're going to have some brilliant news now. Yeah, for some anyway. The heat wave's coming back. Yeah, it's due in tomorrow. It's been fairly warm today, but see, I've even cut my own hair tonight. Saving. Right, so heat wave's due in tomorrow, really. It's been a nice day today, but it's going to get hot and uncomfortable again. So, remember, get down for the dog mats, cooling mats to keep the pets warm. Keep the pets cool, sorry. And remember, if you leave your pets in the cars and you don't keep the windows open, expect somebody to break the windows to get your pets out. So, you wouldn't like it. Don't leave. It's too uncomfortable to leave the pets and people in cars with no windows open. Okay, so right. They don't know if it's going to be as hot as the last spate, but it's going to last for a bit again. So beware. And there's more coming as well. And there's storms coming as well. So it's getting into its usual routine of storm, heat wave, storm, heat wave. Right. Saying storms, within the last sort of hour, I'm led to believe that there's over 1,000 people in America. This is the shocker. In Death Valley, Death Valley, 1,000 people have been caught out there by floods. They've had in the past 24 hours over a year's worth of rain there, so it's caused massive flash floods and it's trapped everybody. So I actually am lucky. I've been through Death Valley and I know that it gets so hot. It is unbelievable. You'll have to excuse this. The tablets kill me. Right, absolutely. It's so hot. I went through it early morning and it was already getting on for ridiculously hot for us travellers, us UK travellers. Beautiful scenery, but the heat was tremendous. And now they've had a year's worth of rain in like 1.5 days. So it's over 1,000 people trapped there. No injuries as far as I know. That it's just that they've blocked all the flash floods, come down, blocked all the cars and things like this with pebbles and things like that. So it's going to take a while to get them out. So as far as I know, no injuries involved in this. Right. Also, we'll talk about that. Them getting stuck in there leads into the UK again, with all the strikes and everything like this going on. The British posties have actually put on there. They came out and told everyone that what they're planning on doing as well. And then they released the details of how much their bosses are getting in wages. Wow. Millions. And then they said that they're going to have to take a pay cut. But their bosses, one boss actually gave himself a pay rise. I think it was 140, a bonus of 140,000. Give yourself a bonus? What? That's not on at all, mate. Then you've got all these other fat cats and the MP. I'm sorry, but MPs, you're not doing yourselves any favours anyway. So I think, to be quite honest, there is a general strike coming. We can all sense it now, and I think what they all should put on to it is all these fat cats. Don't serve them. Don't serve them. If they come in your restaurant, throw them out, because what we'll do is if you do that, they'll suddenly realise when other people's kids are starving and they go to a Tesco or a Waitrose or whatever, wherever they do shopping, and say, sorry, we're not serving you. You're not. And they can do that. Those shops can do that. And they go, well, what am I going to feed my kids on? Welcome to the club. Right. Or they book a taxi. Sorry, we don't want your business. Oh, I've got to walk. Welcome to the club. Right, anyway, interestingly enough, about shops and things like that, I like to link things in. Shops and things like that. Oh, I'm so rebellious. Is Amazon. I saw a thing about the Amazon people the other day. They've got a absolutely whopping pay deal coming their way. Yeah, 35p. They're making billions in profit, and they gave their workers 35p. Disgusting. Same again. It's going to be one of these businesses that everyone's going to get so fed up they'll say, we'll go back to corner shops. You had somebody you could talk to, you didn't have any problems with refunds or anything like that, and then it'll go bust. Can you remember? Can anyone remember Blockbuster? Yeah. What happened to Blockbuster? Same thing. They had the monopoly on everything. Boom, gone. Yeah. Big companies come and go. We know this in the UK. Woolworths. Woolworths actually still trades online, but we used to always love going in Woolworths as kids because they always had toys and they had such a selection of things and at affordable prices. So, and bang again, they went. Yeah, greed, greed, greed. Stop with the greed, lark. Right. Right. This one now is in the south of England. I'm going back. I know I'm skipping around a bit, but it makes sense to me. Well, that don't make much sense. In the south of England, I've already told you, but Lake Mead in the US is actually suffering massively from heat waves, and it's gone down, and it's down. I think it was this week again. They found another body in there, so I think that's 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's 3 so far. They've pulled out Lake Mead so far. Now they're telling everybody downriver on the Colorado that they're going to have to tighten up and not use as much water. Well, it's the same over here, unfortunately, in the UK. The River Thames, particularly in the south of the country, not in the north at the moment, but the River Thames actually has gone down and dried up so much from where it actually comes out of the earth, from where it springs from. It can't be found there no more. It's dried up so much. It is now 5 miles further towards London before the Thames starts again. So that's absolutely incredible. 5 miles it's dried up. So you've got it's bad down there. They've got a hose pipe ban already. It's £2,000 if you get caught with your hose pipe out. So take what you will out that one, but so no washing cars, anything like that. Oh, be hard pushed MPs, with their dirty cars. Ooh. Right. Anyway, so that's the River Thames is drying up. At the moment, the Midlands and the North aren't too badly hit, but it'll start spreading up the country because they're going to have to start diverting water from the Midlands, from the estuaries, from the reservoirs there down to south. So we're going to charge them a lot extra. We're going to charge them 77% per gallon. See how they like it. They won't like it having to drink northern water. So right. Anyway, right. So I suggest one thing they could do is stop all these spring waters at the moment coming through because they're going to try to capitalise on it. And get them in the shops. No, because that's still affecting the water table. You're going to have to cut down on that, I'm afraid. I haven't thought about it, but I'm telling you that'll be coming as well. Right. What else we've got? China. Well, let's go over to China, other side of the world for a bit. China's getting a bit of grief at the moment, but they're causing it themselves. Originally, they said that if that Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, who wasn't ex-premier or whatever, Speaker of the House, if she visited Taiwan, they wouldn't be very happy and they'd do something about it. So that could have been anything from shooting her down to a full-scale invasion. Anyway, since then, since she's gone, she only stopped for 24 hours. Since she's gone, that's not a name of a Chinese person, by the way, since she's gone. But since Miss Pelosi's left the country, they're still carrying on their live fire exercises, massive exercises around Taiwan. Taiwan is not very happy because they say they're doing a practice for an invasion. So, and to be quite honest, you could turn that into a live invasion on a drop of a hat because you've got everything there already. So they're all on a lot of high alert at the moment. And remember, China has says that they are going to take the island back, sooner rather than later. I'm not going to history. If you want to know the history of Taiwan, you'll have to look at my other ones. I have done the history of it. Right. The people coming across back to the UK, the universal canoe championships that are coming across the channel at the moment. it has been found in a research that a third are Albanian that are coming across. Now that's not good. I'm sorry, but I'll just throw a quick, I know it's going to be a long one, but I'll give you a quick history lesson on Albania. Albania was the most communist country you could ever get. It was so secretive. It was like the worst of Stalin and the worst of Hitler put together at one point. You sneezed and you got told off and you got thrown in prison. Then the actual government got on a plane with all the gold and all the money in reserves and flew away. And it descended into anarchy. So much so that the police stopped doing their job, the army stopped doing the job, and the prison officers stopped doing their job. So they threw the prisons open. And all the prisoners, this is rapists, murderers, you name it, they all walked out free. And they vanished, never to be found again. And that carried on for about, I think it was about a month before they started restoring order again. People were walking into barracks, driving tanks away and taking guns home, AK-47s and grenades and everything. They just took them home. So everything for grabs. Anyway, so now it's all sorted out years and years and years later, and but not all of those prisoners were put back in prison. There's a lot of them left the country very quickly, and they started up in various not very good jobs. We'll say that relate to drugs, prostitution, things like this. They really they created a very big institution like the mafia. Anyway, so regardless of that, that is common knowledge. That's not, I'm not hiding anything from that. That's common knowledge that they are into running drugs and all sorts. Anyway, so a lot of them are coming over here now. We've got a lot anyway, but a lot are coming across here. They do have links to organised crime. Obviously, we've found from a report, a lot of them are bringing guns in and weapons with themselves. So you're gonna have to do something about that, because it'll kick off. So and to the Albanians, please don't try to throw your weight around. In this country, we have over 2 million ex-servicemen. So you won't get very far with that if you annoy us that much. So, but as I say, something's got to be done about it. I think it's time now that the Royal Navy actually stop mucking about and drag them over and just say, if you cross the barrier, you will be sunk. I know it's hard, but you don't have to sink many before everyone goes, if we go there, we can't get across. You'll be dragged out and then dropped back on the beach in France without your boat. Right. That's pretty much the general gist of everyone now. We're all sick to death of it. Right. Moving on. In France, strange to me seem, a beluga whale has gone up the river system there and is, they said, between 70 and 60 miles from Paris. It's not, I know it's a bleeding heart, but it's not looking very well for the beluga whale. The beluga whales are the white ones, by the way. It's looking very thin. It doesn't look very well. They're actually trying, some people are trying to feed it to get its strength back so they can guide it back. But I've just seen the latest report and they said that they're not very happy about it because they don't think that it probably will be able to make it back to the sea under its own steam, so it might have to be taken back. They're not going to put it down, so don't worry about that. They're not going to put it down. They're going to take it back to the sea one way or the other. Now, if they can feed it enough to it gets its energy back, all great. And if it gets back into the sea, brilliant. You know, good on it. Unfortunately, if it does pass away, at least it'll be back in the sea. You know, man has intervened too many of these times. At least this way, it's got a fighting chance, and we'll help it as much as we can. That's what the people have said. So good on them for that one. You know, it's nice to see a positive ending. We're hoping, fingers crossed, that it'll survive, and it'll be nice to see that swimming around back in the channel again. Right. I think the last one is we've got Grant Snaps. He's just come out and made some bizarre statement. I don't know what the statement is because it's just like usual, typical trying to bully people around. That he's going to pass a law to allow people to work on the railways. If that is the case, like Mick has already stated, that those people aren't trained. So at that point, if they're not trained and they're allowed on, then the person grant snaps. If he wants to put his hands up, then he is putting the public at risk and endangerment. So I think that the courts will have to be involved in that one. And to be quite honest, if someone gets hurt, I think he should be actually arrested. So, because he'll have started it. So that is it for the moment. A lot in there. So, right. As I said before, please remember, with the next few days, get your Factor 50 out. Cover the kids in cream. Not whipped. I'm on about sun cream. So, and make sure they're well protected. Protect yourself as well from the sun. Don't go running out there and get yourself incinerated for no reason. Right? If you want a tan, nice and gently. I've got my sleeves out. I've been in the sun, but I put Factor 50 on if I need it. So just a thin smear of it once, you'll be okay. If you go swimming or something, I haven't been swimming, so I'm all right. Right, so that's it. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy your holidays if you're on holiday. I'm trying to not be too negative with all the news. For those who are following the events in Nottingham, there's a big court case going on in Nottingham with Alex Beresfield, or whatever his name is. I'll give you an update on that at the moment, but I can tell you that he has been found guilty of some of them. So he's going in for sentencing. I'm not sure on the date on the sentencing. He might be doing some YouTube from inside. So, right. All right. Have a nice night. Look after yourselves, and we'll catch you all later with something more interesting than boring news. Ta-ta!